it's Emily with V Vonderland. So I've already gone ahead and put on my primer and my foundation. The foundation I used was the MAC Studio Fluid Fix SPF 15 in NC 20, and the primer that I used was the Tatcha the Silk Canvas Lightweight Liquid Primer. Now that you've finished your foundation, it's time to go ahead in with the brows. I am using this L'Oreal Styling and Defining Brow Pencil in dark brown. And I'm just kind of marking more or less where I want certain parts of the brows to be so that it's even on both sides. Now that I finished my brows, it is time to do the fun part, which is baking. I'm going to go ahead and use this Milk Flex Concealer underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to put the Tatcha the Silk Canvas Setting Powder on. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Line Friends Misha Cushion to make sure that my concealer is fully blended in so that it's all completely smooth and that I'm not caking on and baking on lumps on my skin. It's nice if you kind of use a sweeping motion here just to get this concealer to go up here so it gives your eye kind of a lift. Okay, so I have all this setting powder inside the cap here. I'm just gonna use it and just blip, blip, like so. And you're gonna really wanna cake it on. You know, this kind of reminds me of like sometimes when you're cooking fish and then you make like this salt crust for the fish and you just pack on the salt onto the fish. Yeah, we are like the fish, and this setting powder is like the salt. We are literally becoming salted fish. It's such a weird analogy to make for a makeup video, but you get the point. Okay, after letting it set for 5 to 10 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and with any brush that you wanna use, I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Kabuki brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and brush off the excess. So now that you've got your brows done, you've kind of baked this area, this under eye area of your face, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer just to get a nice foundation. This is like the foundation for your eyes. You know, it's kind of weird. I used to always be the girl who would like only put on sunscreen, maybe, and that's it, and never put on any makeup, and I would always be so jealous of all the girls who could do like full face makeup and whatnot. But a few years later, here I am doing a full face Baddie Instagram makeup look for YouTube, so keep practicing. Practice, 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 practice. That's literally just the best thing you can do for makeup. The first palette we are going to be using is the V Vonderland Cosmetics Because of You I Dance All Day. And as you know, this is my go-to palette. This is not the only palette I'm going to be using. I'm going to add some pinks and browns into here, but this is such a nice palette to use. I'm going to go ahead and start off with You Move My Body right here. And I'm just using a regular Sephora fluffy brush. You can really use any brush you want to use, but this is the one I'm using. Next, I'm going in with the You Move My Voice color here, and this is just to kind of start a light contour for my nose here, as well as my eyelids. Next, it's time to start concentrating these colors a little bit more, so I'm going to be using this Sephora Bullet Brush here, which is from the same set. As long as you use a small brush that can kind of really get into the corners, that's all that matters. We're going to be using the color And next, which is this brown color right here. And you're gonna wanna flick here a little bit. So if you flick right here in your eye, you're able to get a sharper looking shadow, which we will clear up later with concealer. Kind of do little circular motions like this. You can really blend and get in there. And just kind of work this color in the outer corner of your eye. The last brown color that I'm using for this palette is the Your Energy Inside right here, which is the darkest brown of this whole palette. And I'm going to use this at the very, very outer corner of my eye. After that, it's time to add a little pop of color. I am using the V Vonderland Stop Bullying palette with these beautiful pinks here. And I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the color I Believe in You. Now we're gonna go in with a slightly deeper pink, and this is the color Because. And I'm putting this kind of in the middle of my eyelid just to make it so that it's more of an ombre between this light one and this dark color. Now I'm gonna go ahead in with the color Every single day. Every single day I see Instagram baddies wearing this kind of ombre, dark, full glam look. Now for the last color that I'm going to use from this palette, I'm going to use You Should Always Know, which is kind of like a combination of all the colors in terms of pink that I've used on my eyelids already. Switching back to the previous palette that we used, I'm gonna go in with You Make Me Smile and a little bit of Feel. Now it is time to swap out whatever brush you're using with an angled brush. I'm using the same angled brush from the same set from Sephora. And the color I'm using is the Because of You color, this black sparkly color, as an eyeliner. So I have really weird creases here where my eyes are, and I used to always use liquid liner, but then I found even when I would like perfectly like sweep it across, I would still get very like small like divots kind of. So I found that this method of doing eyeliner is much cleaner. So I only did this part of my eyes. I haven't actually gone in with the wing yet, which I will soon, and maybe a little bit over here. This is sort of optional though, but if you want to sort of highlight this bottom part of your eyes, now's the time to go in with any brown color that you want to go in with. I'm going to be using the color And right here. This is from the Because of You I Dance All Day palette. Once you're done with your eyeliner and everything in terms of your eyes and your upper face and you're happy with that, then it's time to go in and curl your lashes. I'm going to curl them, put on mascara from V Vonderland, the Beautiful Days mascara, and then I'm going to put on Wispies by Ardell. Those are the fake lashes. Now is time for the catfish portion of this tutorial, which is contouring. I am using the Fenty Stick Trio in the color Medium 200. I'm going to be using the color Trippin' for highlight, Mocha for contour, and Bamboo for concealer. So the highlighter that I use kind of acts like a blush already, so I went ahead and skipped the blush. But now all that's left are the lips. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lips as well, like I did my eyes, with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Primer. And then I'm gonna go in with the V Vonderland The Love in My Life lipstick in this beautiful nude shade. Now this lipstick primer, if you're wondering, should I buy it, should I not, is it a waste of money? This texture is a little bit different than what you would buy in terms of lip balm, so I would say it definitely does work. And it also gives the matte lipsticks kind of like something to grip on other than your lips, and it kind of prevents your lips from drying out. So I would say this is the best lip primer out of all the other lip primers, for now. Now, I went ahead and put some Vaseline on top of my lips, and yes, I did overline my lips. My lips were not this plump and luscious before we started the makeup. But the reason why I did that is because it seems like a lot of the baddie Instagram influencers tend to like having like either like Botox or like overlining their lips. And honestly, you can do this if you want to, or you can just, have like a thin liner or just do whatever sort of lips that you want. I think that all different shapes of lips are beautiful, so whatever you do choose to do, just rock it, and I think you'll still look like an amazing Instagram baddie. And this is the finished look. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. See ya!